My name is Chris, and I have news about the Onzow Zerodust issue, Hegel amplification prices, and of course, the winners for my second RSD giveaway. Welcome to the Vinyl Attack. First up, let's talk about the widely popular situation with the Onzow Zerodust stylus cleaner. If you're not aware of the backstory here, I would recommend watching my previous two videos on the subject. As a brief summation though, I will say that the crux of the problem is that there have been a multitude of reports and proof that the Onzow Zerodust stylus cleaner leaves unwanted residue on the stylus it's supposed to be cleaning. This causes problems in a few different areas, not the least of which is creating tracking errors with your cartridge and potential damage to your records as well. While the residue won't seem to hurt the stylus itself, after all the stylus is a diamond, the transference of this residue from the stylus to the grooves of your record is a very real problem. This residue, which hardens to a problematic point, is quite difficult to remove, and in doing so might cause further damage to your records. J.R. Boisclair from WAM Engineering has been diligently searching for a solution to this with the people from Onzow, and after a lengthy back and forth over the past several months, Onzow have released new information and instructions to be followed with their cleaner. Firstly, they say that the material used in the Zerodust was developed for medical use and is harmless to the human body, although I don't think that was in contention. Also, it does not contain any alcohol components. They claim that the Zerodust not only cleans the stylus, but also prevents the dampers and coils from deterioration and maintains their original performance characteristics. This last sentence caused me some concern. How could a stylus cleaner prevent dampers and coils from deterioration in any fashion? The Zerodust is only supposed to be used on the stylus itself, so how would any transference find its way so deep into your cartridge in the first place? If that's happening, I would say that you're using the cleaner incorrectly, and I would caution you to keep any cleaner away from your cantilever and the other incredibly delicate components inside your cartridge. Continuing with Onzow's instructions, you're supposed to carefully remove the cleaning element from its protective box and gently wash with cold water only, never hot. I assume they're suggesting this procedure only when your cleaner has become dirty, but they don't actually specify. They go on to add that some additional notes, which are as follows. To ensure Zerodust will not melt or stick to the stylus, you should not expose Zerodust to high temperatures or direct sunlight. Okay. They say that there is a possibility of deterioration. You're also supposed to keep Zerodust in a safe place and close the lid when not in use. That stands to reason. They say that the Zerodust does not stick to the stylus unless it has deteriorated. You should also replace your Zerodust after 3 years from the date of your purchase. I can say with certainty, because of the thorough testing from JR, that a brand new, fresh off the line product will in fact leave no residue. JR attempted this at length with a multitude of tests and found zero negative results from a brand new product with which he was supplied. So, this is encouraging news, and we can all go back to using our Zerodust stylus cleaners, right? And not so fast. There are still some other factors that give me pause. Just as we know fresh Zerodust will not cause a problem, we also know that deteriorated or old Zerodust will indeed leave a harmful residue. The problem we are now faced with is, when does this transformation happen? At what point does Zerodust become a liability instead of a solution? Onzow claim that you should replace your Zerodust within 3 years of the purchase date. While I certainly do believe that, how do we determine if the Zerodust you've bought is a fresh product to begin with? Also, Onzow have not tested this product for 3 years to see if, in fact, that is the problem window. Since they've only been aware of the issue for a little more than a year, they couldn't possibly have had enough time to do the testing necessary to come to this conclusion. The best information available points to one of 3 possibilities that lead to the deterioration of the Zerodust makeup: time, heat, and UV exposure. It could also be any combination of the 3, but as we're not able to determine specifically when the breakdown happens and which specific factors cause it and at what time, I'm personally still reluctant to break out my old container and put it back in use. I'm actually just as hesitant to buy a new one. Now, I do not speak for JR, WAM Engineering, Onzow, or anyone else, and you should make your own educated decision on this matter. But for me, the risk just isn't worth the reward. Using a standard, simple stylus cleaning brush has been more than enough to keep my stylus clean and free of debris and performing as it should. Additionally, almost all cartridge manufacturers don't recommend anything else anyway. At the very least, they caution you against using any solvents. If you're insisting on adding one to the mix, You may choose to check out Last Stylus Cleaner as it is alcohol-free, but that is not an endorsement. With all of this said, concerning Onzow and their Zerodust, unless some groundbreaking new developments come to light, this will be the last that I cover the topic. I hope you found it helpful. Next up, for some happier news, I bring you fresh off-the-press pricing information from Hegel Amplification, and you're going to want to take note. They reached out to several people in the industry, myself being one, and disclosed the following information. During COVID, most brands were forced to raise prices on their products due to several factors. These included shipping costs, labor costs, component costs, and of course, lack of raw material availability. Some of those costs have now gone down, some remain, and some have actually even increased. Overall, however, it must be said that they haven't gone down that much, so what gives? Well, the sales at Hegel, and likely most other manufacturers as well, have gone up considerably in that time period. This has allowed Hegel to have much more efficient production of their fastest moving items, such as the H95, the H120, and H190 amplifiers. Greater efficiency means lower pricing. So, Hegel have decided to give those savings back to you, their customer, by reducing their prices to pre-COVID times. As of Monday, May 15th, you will find the following new prices. The H95, which was $2,200, will be reduced to $1,925. The H120, which sold for $3,200, will go down $200 to $3,000. And finally, the H190, which was $4,350, will now sell for $3,900. These price drops are not a promotion, and they are not a sale, nor are the products about to go obsolete or be replaced with a newer version. Hegel are not looking to start a price war. This is simply the new standard price of their products, as they are now able to pass their savings along to all of us. This is an excellent measure by Hegel, and I can only hope that the other manufacturers will take note and follow suit. It stands to reason that these other manufacturers have experienced the same spike in sales that Hegel have, so I personally don't see a reason why they can't pass along the savings to us as well. Of course, only time will tell, and I wouldn't hold your breath. Now, let's get to the winners of the second RSD giveaway. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for commenting and participating in this contest, and especially to Rhino Records for sending all these great records to me to give to you. I will announce the winners and the record that you've won, and then you will email me at thevinylattack@gmail.com. You've got 7 days to reply, otherwise they go back in the bin. Up first, winning Scott Weiland's 12-bar blues, is Lonnie Stringfellow. That's what I have right here on the list. Lonnie, send me an email. We're going to find out where you live. We're going to send this great record out to you. Coming up next, who won the ODB, and yes, I know his name is Old Dirty Bastard, but ODB, everybody says that, so I'm going to say it too. And now I know a little bit more about him than I did last week, so thank you to all of my viewers who decided to post a little tidbit for me. The winner of ODB was Alex Hi-Fi. Alex, send me an email. We're going to get that record out to you, hopefully in short form. I'm looking to send these out within the week. The winner of the Ramones, one of my favorite bands of all time that I saw in 1992 at the State Theater in downtown Detroit with... Who opened up for them? Oh, Overwhelming Color Fast, which is awesome. Oh, and Social Distortion. Now, that was a concert. The winner of this was one of my favorite wrestlers, Cactus Jack. Now, I'm pretty sure it's not actually Mick Foley, but Cactus Jack, send me an email. We were going to get the Ramones out to you. And last but not least, the Cure Picture Disc. The winner of this is Joseph Chamberlain. Joseph, send me an email. All of you, send me an email at thevinylattack@gmail.com. I will get these records boxed up, mailed out to you. Please enjoy them, and thank you again. I'm going to have a review soon, although probably not this weekend because it's Mother's Day. So I want you to enjoy that. Go hug your mom, and I look forward to next time.